I hope he's like my other friend Johnny. If he's anything like my other friend Johnny, I'm gonna love this guy.
You have a lot of Johnny friends, though. One's your drug dealer.
I'm sure that's what it will be, Bill. I'm sure because they share the same first name, they may have some similarities.
Ray knows Johnny. Ray knows the Johnny I'm talking about.
You have several Johnnies as a friend.
Johnny V.
Oh, yeah, I know Johnny.
He's the only one I called Johnny.
Do you feel like he's going to be like Johnny Munoz?
I don't know. He could definitely beat up. He's fat as fuck.
Is it weird that you have a lot of fat friends? Do you do that because you want to be the skinny bitch in the group?
Half of America's fat, so I mean, there's an obesity problem in America. You know, so it is what it is.
We'll talk about that on the next show.
Speaking of next show, Joe Burrows is going to die. Oh, here he goes. Ready? Hey, there he is.
Hey, Johnny.
What's up, guys?
What's up, man?
How we doing?
Good. How are you guys doing?
Very good.
You can hear us, you can see us and all that?
Yeah, I got it set up now. Perfect.
Cool. Right on. Well, thanks for taking a couple minutes, joining with us. You're on the Simple Minds Sports Show. So we just started this podcast up not that long ago. And yeah, we appreciate you coming on and talking some MMA.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
Sure.
Fun.
So for the listeners, with us now is Johnny Munoz. Just to give a little bit of a backstory on, dude, you got accolades coming out the ass, man. every second line is like top 10 in this number. So number 4 ranked California, 21st in U.S. Is that still current? Is that still accurate?
I'm not too sure. I don't know if now, because I'm in the UFC, if that goes away.
Oh, right.
I heard about that. Like once you're out of the regional scene, that you're no longer a part of that ranking system. But I don't know.
Interesting. Yeah. So, I guess I'll get right into it because that was going to kind of be my first question. And that MMA world is it feels like kind of convoluted, like what you were just talking about, kind of the intertwining worlds. But with a 10-1 pro career now, you're just coming off your first UFC fight. So what is the future holding for you? Because obviously you held the bantamweight championship in King of the Cage. But are you solely focused on UFC now? You're moving forward. That's what your focus is on, or can you still participate in the regional stuff as well?
Yeah. So now I'm officially a part of the UFC. I'm in part of that roster. So contracted by them, so I wouldn't be able to fight anywhere else. And so my whole focus is UFC. That's where I've wanted to. I've been working so hard to be, and now I'm here. So I'm here to stay and just showcase my skills and just be the best I could be. Train hard, work hard, become better, and get a W my next fight. So that's what's on my mind now. And I'm not looking back at nothing. Like, you can't change the past, so you can you could change the future with your work ethic and belief in the mind. So that's what I'm looking to do.
Yeah, man. Well, it seems like, you're on the right track. I did have this, and Bill's our big fight guy, so we're going to turn it over to him. But
I like your back or your picture back there, Bill. That's badass, bro.
Thanks. I just hung it up. I had it for like 6 months, but I got pretty lazy.
Dope, man.
He stole it. It's okay.
Right.
So, but before we throw into the fight stuff, I gotta know: did you end up finishing your masters? Because that was a story rolling around that this guy's fighting professionally, winning belts, and also finishing his masters. So, did you get that done?
Yeah, it's all done, bro.
Congrats, man.
Congrats.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, it's all done. No more school for me, so I can just focus on fighting now. People are out like, "Are you gonna go for the PhD?" I was like, I don't know. I don't like to say no. Things can always change. But as of right now, I don't have that on my mindset. So maybe later. But
Yeah, you're young. You got a lot ahead of you. Go beat the shit out of some guys first, and then go back and get the PhD, right?
Exactly.
Bill?
Something to fall back on. So what led the call from Dana? I know you took the fight on short notice on August 1st. So were you already on the roster, or is that something that just came about, when Borg backed out of that fight?
Yeah, it just kind of – I had a feeling like I was going to get a call soon. So I wasn't officially on the roster. But I had got a couple calls previously. But I think back in April, and it didn't go through because that's when UFC COVID shut everything down. And then so we didn't even know what was going on. Everything was shut down. And then UFC came back in the mix. I was okay. So my manager was telling me there's a possibility I would be able to get in since my resume is good and all that stuff. And then they're in need of fighters. So that time came on August. I was like at the gym. It was like Thursday night, and got the call, and I was like, man, that's like. I was like, well, what do I need to do and all that? He said, well, you got to leave right now. I was like, shit. I said, why? I was like, fuck. And they need to do the COVID testing, all that stuff. So it's a lot of stuff we had to do. I said, okay, well, I want to do it, but I need if I'm going to do this, I want to make sure my coaches come. I'm not just going to go by myself.
Right.
I want those people that, been by me to be there and, have that moment as well. So they were able to do it. So like literally we left the gym, like it was just super quick, grabbed a few things and we're on the way to Vegas. And I live like 3 hours from Vegas. So the drive's not bad. Got there like at midnight and, we had to do like COVID testing and then USADA came. It was just a lot, bro. Then we had to cut weight, do the weigh-ins on Friday, do another COVID test and then a bunch of USADA stuff. So it was a lot to do, like in like a one day, bro. I wouldn't change it, but I'm looking forward next time. I'm gonna be able to do that stuff, like not all in one day, because that was crazy, bro.
Yeah. So I mean, you said you had to cut weight. How much weight did you have to cut? Because I know Masvidal had got 22 pounds to fight Usman in July. So I mean, it obviously affected him like crazy because he's sweating out.
Yeah.
Everything. So how much did you have to cut, and did it affect you in your fight?
And I would imagine, sorry to cut you up, Bill, I would imagine all of that COVID shit affected you too. Like just mentally, like not being able to really zero in on your objective and trying to get what you need to get done. You're walking in a little bit, I don't know what the word is, but not unprepared, I guess.
Yeah, for
not
sure.
as prepared as you want to be.
Yeah. So I had to cut, like it was like 12 pounds to make 145. So I'm a 35, but we took the fight at 45. I wasn't going to make 135. I think that would have been really pushing it. So we did that. The weight cut wasn't too bad. And the COVID test, as you mentioned, though, that was always on my mind because I was like, like I said, it was just a short window of time, the whole experience. But I was just like, man, if I test positive, that means I'm not going to get a fight. I don't know if I would have been in the UFC roster. I think so. I probably would have. I don't really know how that would work, how have played out. And I was thinking as well, like, man, it'd be really crappy if like my corner guys, so I had 3 of them, if they all tested like positive, like I don't know, that would have been crazy. Or even if one of them, so I'm used to having them. So it would have been a weird thing, man. That was always on my mind, like, man, I hope we pass these tests. Like I hope somebody doesn't go off and like, to me, it would have sucked. You know what I mean? I'm used to having them, and we
have you been able to sorry, have you been able to talk to some of the other fighters that have gone through the COVID stuff who have lost their corner guys, or maybe they tested a negative, had to go through some extra protocols and stuff, and how that's affected them? Like, how have you guys kind of adjusted your, the way you've done things, or anybody you've talked to?
No, everyone like I know that they haven't experienced it. There's actually one fighter right now kind of going through that. I don't want to mention no names, so we'll see how that plays out.
Gilbert Burns, he tested positive recently, right?
He said no names, dumbass.
Yeah,
it's already public, you fucking moron. It's already on the fucking public, all right? Jesus Christ, he lost the fight.
It's on the public.
Lost the fight.
It's on the public.
One of these upcoming fights, there's a fighter who was telling me possibly that the corner might not be able to go. So I don't really know, but that would be terrible if that does happen. But hopefully, fingers crossed, and it doesn't happen. But if it does happen, I'm sure you guys will find out and will get out there. But
Yeah, right.
yeah, man, I think it was just I don't know, like I don't want to see it, but I'm curious to see if somebody's corner, like they all drop, like on fight week, 'cause you have to take the test there. So if say if all the corner drop, do they pull the fight, or how would they go about it? Because obviously a fighter can't go in there by themselves. You know what I mean?
Well,
Right.
then who was the fighter that just had his girlfriend was the only one in the quarter, man? So I mean,
Was that Mike Perry?
yeah, he just had his old lady in there. So I mean, one of these guys.
And he won, dude.
Yeah, he did win. I mean,
Jeez,
shit, I'll
bro.
come out and be a quarter man. I know nothing about fighting, but if you need a quarter man, if you're all test positive, I'm your guy.
Yeah, he's more of like the Tanya Harding corner guys, where if you need someone's knee smashed in, like that's Bill. That's Bill. Completely illicit behavior.
Damn,
Johnny,
bro.
I have a quick question. What drew you into MMA? Like, how'd you get into the sport?
Yeah, so I started training jiu-jitsu at 5 years
Oh, wow.
old. Yeah, so I've been doing it in a long time. So I've always
Did you want to do it, or was like your parents like, you need to get into a sport or something like that? I need you to go do something, and is that how you got into it?
Yeah, my parents made me do it. I didn't want to do it. Like I would always like cry to get out of it, and I was like, man, I want to do this. This shit's stupid and all
Yeah.
that.
Look
I
at you
just
now.
always, like, yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
But I thank them for keeping me in there and making me do it. They didn't push me to compete, none of that stuff. They just wanted me to do it to learn, so I could learn how to defend myself, have that confidence.
Yep.
And I thank them for that. But as I was doing it, like I knew, like okay, like most kids know they could kind of bully their parents around. But like I knew, like okay, like what my parents say, that's it. Like they're the parents, I'm the kid.
Yeah.
So like I knew how to do it. So just over the years, like around like 9, I started liking it. I was getting good at it, and I was always watching like MMA fights with my dad. Like he'd always watch it, the Pride, the UFC. And I just remember watching those fights. I was like, hey, this is pretty cool. Seeing all this, just like the energy and all that, especially in Pride, the energy that the fans over there give, and then like the crazy fights like Rampage, Vanderlei Silva. I was like, man, I want to do that one day. So I always visualize myself doing that. And
in Fedor and Pride too. Pride is the most craziest thing I've ever seen. If they could ever come back, it wouldn't even be legal in the United States, let alone any other country.
Sure.
You guys don't know YouTube. Look up Pride fighting. It was the greatest thing ever. I do have a couple quick questions. Jones just vacated the light heavyweight. What's your opinion on that? And how do you feel about him stepping up to heavyweight?
Yeah, I think I don't know why he vacated the belt though. I feel like
I was wondering that too, because then he could have fought both. I mean, Daniel Cormier was the light heavyweight and heavyweight champion when Jones was coke suspension or steroid suspension, whatever it was.
So I feel like he should have kept the belt and moved up to heavyweight, try to be a champ. Maybe you don't care about that, but I feel like that would just give him more accolades in his legacy. So I don't know, but him vacating the belt, it kind of puts that question mark. Like, is he afraid to fight Dom Reyes again, or what's the other guy's name?
I forget who he's fighting for the Vic, but yeah. Do you think? For me, I thought it was more of a money play because I want to ask you too. Is like ask Dana White. He's notoriously underpays his fighters, and I think Jones is clamoring for more money. How was your experience going through that negotiations? Because I know Jones wants like $15 million a fight, especially to move up to heavyweight, and it's rumors he's going to get a shot against Nagano or Stipe. So again, if you go through your negotiations and let us what you think your thoughts are.
Yeah, so like Jones, that makes sense too. With Jones, he has every right. I mean, he's been around, he's undefeated. He got one loss, but to me he's undefeated.
Undefeated, me as well. I'll fight anyone of the day with that one.
Yeah. So to me, even though he has controversy outside of this all, but I think he has a lot of bragging rights that he could kind of demand more money and that stuff. So maybe that's a good ploy for him to take. And like with UFC, like for me, I'm just starting out, so I can't really negotiate much. But maybe I get 2 fights, win decisively. I can negotiate more. But definitely, I think starting out in the UFC, it's a lot better than other organizations for sure. Starting out, I mean, you win. You say you get your show money, your win money, you get the Reebok money, and then you also have a chance to get like submission of the night, performance of the night, all that stuff. Yeah. You could easily clear your first fight in the UFC if you get all that, about $100K. Then to me,
damn.
Yeah. Especially now you got Venom. You got Venom coming in 2022, which is going to make the sponsorship even more money than Reebok is. So
Is it gonna be more money?
yeah, oh yeah. That's the rumor. It's going to be a lot more money too. Because what's the
Nice.
average? Like $5,000 for like someone in your position, and like up to 15 or 20 for like a
It
main
depends.
event
It
card?
varies like on how many UFC fights. I think like starting out, I think it's like 3,500, something like that.
So
Right,
what do
yeah,
you have-
under 3 fights or whatever it is. So what do you have? What's coming up next for you, man? What can we look forward to from a fight situation, UFC standpoint?
Yeah. So hopefully, I don't got nothing lined up yet. We're trying to work on something right now. I can't really say much, but hopefully, if it goes right, like early December.
Nice.
It's nice. You should have won your last fight, anyways. That was bullshit.
Yeah. Thanks. Real people know who won the fight, but
So can I run this by you real quick? And I'm real fast. The 10-9 scoring system, like they do in boxing and MMA, it's a lot of controversy. You saw it in the Jones fight. I thought Jones lost that fight to Reyes, and then you saw it again. I thought the Volkanovski and Max Holloway, the second fight, I thought Holloway won that fight. So there's a lot of controversy with the 10-9 scoring system. What should they do to change that? Because they can't keep doing this boxing scoring system. It's not fair, and it's open to too much interpretation right now, and especially in MMA.
I mean, it's crazy that MMA, it's a different sport than boxing, completely different sport. And when we're using a boxing scoring system, to me, it's like if you're using I don't know, like soccer scoring system on football or something, I mean, they're different
Yeah.
sports.
Two totally
can't-
different. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't do that. Like they're both kicking a ball every now and then, but I mean, you can. So for MMA, as far as the scoring system works, I feel they need I don't know. I feel like, when they show the ESPN stats, that's pretty cool. But I feel the judges don't even go off of that, off of the control of what they say they judge on. And I think for me, a big thing I would want to see is judges that actually have experience in jiu-jitsu, wrestling, striking, just
Let's make Joe Rogan a judge.
yeah, like what I mean? Somebody versatile like that. Like, I mean, I think you would see more legit judging. I mean, either way, it's still a hard job. There's still going to be people upset. But I mean, lately it's been crazy, man. Like with these decisions, it's like, man, like what are these guys seeing? And
Yeah.
Vegas is notorious for the strange judging calls over there.
Well, I was just gonna say that in boxing, they have the reputation of, fixing scorecards or, under the table, what's going on here. You don't hear it as much with MMA, but now that I'm starting to get a little more into it, it's starting to creep into that conversation. Do you guys think that it's because of that scoring type? And is it like a self-fulfilling prophecy where there's somebody making money somewhere because of the scoring, so they're not going to want to get rid of it, even if it's better for the sport? Or is it just a situation where someone needs to sit down, take a hard look, and make some hard choices and come up with something different?
Yeah, it could be a money thing. I don't really know all the details on that. I don't know if it's like that scoring system. Is it just maybe it's cheaper or something?
Yeah.
I don't know how much.
Do you think the mob just controls all the Vegas judges?
I think the mob controls everything, Bill, so including Michael Jordan's father.
Oh, now.
Too soon?
Too soon. He's
Sorry,
getting out
man.
too soon.
Well, look, we appreciate the time. We won't take up too much of your time. We have a couple quick hitter. We, clearly don't take ourselves too seriously here, so we like to come up with what we think are funny questions, and we'll finish off with one of them. But I did want to say, and Ray and I had talked about this, if you ever need help, if you're looking for fights in maybe some higher weight classes, we're experts, especially Ray, in putting on some weight. We haven't seen 135 pounds in like 25 years. So if you need to bulk up, we can
Call
send you
us.
some regiments. Just let us know.
It's a really easy diet. Pizza, burgers, beer, easy. You'll gain the weight, no problem.
Yeah.
May after fighting, I'll hit you guys up. And knock that dad bod,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah. It's probably a better bet to hit us up after your fighting career, and then we can just have some fun.
Hey, sometimes the chicks love the dad bod. So hey.
Trust me, I'm the only single guy in this podcast, and they love the dad bod.
And he's been around for 65 years, so you
That's
should
right.
know.
The salt and pepper brings all the girls.
Bill, did you have a couple of quick hitters, and then Ray and I
Yeah.
had one to kind of finish us off?
All right, so next two main events, Costa versus Stylebender. Who you got in that?
I'm gonna go with Israel. I think
Yeah, good choice.
a little more technical. I think you could go the 5 rounds. I think Acosta might blow out. So, but it's gonna be a fun fight.
Yeah, and his last fight was boring as fuck against the Cuban Jesus or Cuban God, whatever he calls himself. And then Khabib versus Gaethje.
I was leaning towards Khabib in the beginning, but I'm kind of thinking Gaethje now. Just with the Khabib, his dad thing, and I don't know if Khabib's gonna be mentally all there. You know, he was saying in that one interview he had that it is affecting him. So I don't know if he's gonna be able to make that switch.
Yeah, and
Tough guy to bet against. Tough guy to bet against.
Yeah, real tough guy.
No, but Gaethje's training camp's videos are coming out, and he's looking scary. This is the hardest fighter Khabib's ever faced.
Oh yeah.
Including
Before all that, I was leaning Khabib for sure. Now I have it 50-50, so I think it's going to be a toss-up.
All right, so you have 6 submissions in your career: 3 by armbar and 3 by rear naked choke. Which is the best one? What's your favorite?
I would say the rear naked choke because you
Make
see
him
the
go to
guy
sleep.
Yeah,
Nights.
You make him go to
lights
sleep.
out.
What is Masvidal calls it? You baptize him, right? Is that what it is?
Baptize him. Yeah. It's funny, Masvidal. I used to say that all the time, like back in my jiu-jitsu days about baptizing. It's funny that he says it, but obviously he would get the credit. But
Yeah, of course, of course. We'll do our best to get it back onto you, man.
Awesome.
Ray, you want to finish this off here?
Yeah, quick question. Who would win in a battle royal? John Jones, you, or a black bear?
A black bear, huh?
Oh, come on,
that's
man.
the
No,
wrong
think
answer.
a little
That's the wrong
think a
answer.
little bit more on this. Now to be fair, we've asked everybody who they think would they win against a black bear because Bill thinks that he can beat a black bear in hand-to-hand
So
combat.
So it's a battle royal, me, John Jones, and a black bear.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Who comes out alive?
I
In
think
like a 1 acre ring. So you got a lot of room to move.
I would probably say me. I'm a little quicker.
There you go.
Yeah,
quicker than
finally.
Jones. I think Jones would get taken out first. Beat it up.
So you're saying you could beat a black bear? Because that's my thing. I could beat a black bear. Black bears are pussies.
There's
Nothing bears are pussies.
The strategy going into it, he would eat up John Jones. The bear would take a nap after a carnivore eats. They usually take a nap, and I would just kill the bear right there and then.
There we
There you
go.
go.
But a black bear is a vegan.
Great
so
strategy.
it's vegan on vegan. Can a vegan eat another vegan though?
Well,
Is that okay?
if it's life or death, you got to do what you got to do. And I can just envision Johnny going there, taking out his Achilles heel while he's feeding on John Jones, so he's crippled, and then it's just body shots until his kidneys bleed out.
That's exactly how it would go down.
Perfect. Well, we appreciate it, man. You got anything that you need to, you want to promote or push forward, or any social media stuff? The floor is yours. Let us know what you're working with.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys having me on this on the podcast. So anybody watching, be sure to give me a follow, give these guys a follow. You can reach my social media, Instagram, Twitter, even I have a fan page on Facebook @KidKavimbo. Look me up, Google me. I have a YouTube page as well. If you guys give me a follow, that'd be great. And yeah, watch my rides all the way to the top. And that's what's gonna happen.
Right on, man.
We're gonna be rooting for you, man.
We'll be there with you.
Guys.
Anytime you want to come back on, just give us a holler. We'd love to have you.
Yeah, I need another UFC guy on here to talk some shit about. So let's go. Talk some shit.
Great.
All right, Johnny. Appreciate it, man. Have a good one and good luck, bud.
Thanks,
You guys
Johnny.
Good luck, man.